family's health. You're invited to keep your crew feeling their best and ready to tackle the new school year with New Health. New Health offers a full range of medical, dental, pharmacy, and behavioral health services with many locations throughout Stevens County. Their team of dedicated professionals are here to provide comprehensive care for everyone in your family. Appointments are available now by calling 509-935-6004. New Health, bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare since 1978. And by Fired Up Pizza. Fired Up Pizza, located at 206 East Main Avenue in downtown Chewelah, offers craft beverages and brick oven fired pizza, including a variety of sandwiches, salads, pasta, and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
We are two wild and crazy guys.
Are we really, though? Are we
Nah.
really? Not so much.
We'll try to be, though.
Loud noises.
Awkward and goofy, maybe?
Eh,
Okay,
got a good
just
intro
awkward.
here, though. Hold on.
Okay.
Back home, if the kids are good, we let them watch this show. And if they're bad, we make them watch it.
Yeah, we do.
I love that. Good morning, everybody. It's the KCHW Morning Show. It is Thursday, November 7th. I'm Chuck Ritchie, and this is Scott Allen. Good morning, Scott. How you doing?
Good morning, Chuck. Thank you very much for bringing me in live from the state of Maine.
Ooh, with your, that's a beautiful living room you have there, Scott.
It is? Thank you.
I didn't
Thank
know
you.
you'd upgraded your apartment.
I did. You know, a lot of people said it was kind of foolish, but I thought, you know, I just want to drop a cool $20K on my apartment.
Nice. I like the concrete walls. It's very modern. They're very good.
I don't know what the landlord's going to think about it, but who cares?
Don't you know the landlord?
Yeah, kind of. Might be a blood relative. Maybe not.
I don't mean to brag, but I know the landlord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, knowing your landlord, probably the best way to get a little bit of cheap rent. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Second best way, having an affair with your landlord.
Oh. Yeah, but that
No,
only,
take that back.
that only lasts a while, though. Usually.
Yeah.
That's a temporary
All right,
rent
Chuck,
reduction.
we are fired up on a Thursday. I'll be kind of goofy today because it's my last day where I have to do anything, and then I get to go on vacation.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you're going to be out, what, 2 weeks, was it? Or
You know, I'm gonna a week for sure,
Okay.
and then I'll update you. It depends on how fast I burn through money.
right? That's how I felt about going to the grocery store last night. Messaging my wife with the list.
We're gonna shop until there's no more money left in the bank account. It should take about 10 minutes.
It was a very short list, yeah.
Oh yeah, food. It's very, very expensive.
It
And
is
going
right
out to
now.
eat anymore, I couldn't believe it. We went through a drive-through, the whole family. So there's 4 of us in the car. Going through the drive-through, we're going to try the new Krabby Patties at Wendy's, right?
Yeah,
Because we're all SpongeBob fans.
Yeah.
And 4 Krabby Patty meals, $55. And that, $55. That's right. Luckily, we had a coupon for 1 free one. You can use 1 coupon on your visit or whatever. But before the coupon, $55 for 4 fast food meals.
Wow. Well, I think we've talked about this before, but I saw a report that was sort of comparing the grocery prices and the price of eating out at a restaurant. And
Not that different.
It's almost equalized right now. And that includes fast food. It's almost the same whether you go to fast food, a sit-down restaurant, or buy your groceries. So, hey.
Really tough for
let's
me
talk
as a
about
single guy.
Yeah.
It's horribly tough, because you end up wasting a little food. Sometimes you've got so much of something that you just can't finish it before it goes bad. The loaf of bread, but at least bread's still fairly cheap, But I usually by the time that last quarter of the loaf of bread, being a single guy, I won't eat it because it's all dried out.
Oh, yeah. Well, imagine having teenagers. You've got they want you to go to the grocery store. They give you a $200 list of groceries, and then by the time you get it home, they're like, "Nah, I don't like that anymore."
Why'd you buy that, Dad?
Right? Why'd you buy this thing I asked you to buy? Oh, I don't like that.
Well, if you get to breakfast and lunch ready for the kids, I'll roll out some weather. Cool today in Chewelah, but not bad. 48 with plenty of sunshine and some light winds. Down to 30 tonight with clear to partly cloudy skies. Friday, 50 and 35, mostly cloudy. Saturday right now, 25% chance of rain, high of 51, low of 37. For Sunday, 46 and 41 with afternoon showers at 50%. Wow. At least there was some snow in the forecast yesterday, or at least snow flurries. It's gone. But Monday, you have a 90% chance of rain, high of 48, low of 36. And looking through the month, you've got some cooler temperatures coming around the 20th, where you're going to actually, your daytime highs going to be in the mid to upper 30s. So cooling off a little bit. I'm excited for my little vacation here on the East Coast because temperatures remaining in the 60s.
That is
all the
insane.
way down the East Coast. No snow anywhere scheduled for the month of November. And daytime highs, staying around 60 degrees into the upper 50s by the end of the month. But, I took a look at that long-range forecast, just blown away. There's no snowstorms yet.
Wow. Yeah. That sounds like a good time for a road trip.
It is going to be. I'm excited for the road trip. Don't really like traveling alone that much, but, I have my GPS, so.
So you're not alone.
Not alone, really.
As long as she's in the car with you.
It's like kind of a co-pilot, but not really.
This time of the year, driving is always sketchy, especially over here, because, all my family's down the Tri-Cities, which is, a 4-hour drive? And, I would love to go down and visit them for, the holidays and go down for Thanksgiving, but that time of the year, that mid to late November is like the worst. Every time I've ever done it, we've run into the worst road conditions. We got stuck coming back in, just heading right before the exit to Spokane on the highway. Once we were there for like 3 hours because between like the Moses Lake cutoff and Spokane, there was like 1.5 feet of snow during that like 2-hour period. It was insane. Yeah.
No fun. That kind of takes that's the worst part of the holidays is winter traveling. So
It is. And it's one of those, it's too close to fly. But it's just a little when the weather's iffy, it's a little too far away to drive. I don't like it. All right.
Looking ahead on that forecast too, though. You do have some snow entering the picture for the Chewelah area. Kind of hard to guess on that long range forecast, but meteorologists are saying yes, you're going to see some snow before the end of the month. So and that'll probably be right around Thanksgiving, right?
Well, they're getting quite a bit of snow up on the mountain now too already.
Oh, I bet they're getting excited.
They've got quite a bit. And this morning, I actually had to scrape the windshield for the first time.
So sorry, Chuck.
Even when there's a little bit of ice, I've always managed to use the windshield wipers, and get it good enough to see enough to get here. Not this morning.
I won't tell you then, here in Maine yesterday, it was 71 and I was wearing shorts and a tank top.
We had a beautiful
Weird.
we had a beautiful sunny day the other day, and I just had to walk over to the bank, and I looked outside and it was gorgeous and sunny. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna walk without my coat on. Big mistake. It was windy, it was cold, but it was gorgeous. Yeah.
Yay! All right, kids, for breakfast and lunch, what are we eating, Chuck?
We are not having children for breakfast or lunch.
Okay.
But we do have French toast sticks with syrup, fruit or juice. Then option 2, there's multiple options here. We have a fruit breakfast parfait with granola, or a variety of cereal with a cheese stick or yogurt. Cereal and cheese stick. That sounds interesting. Or imagine dipping the cheese stick in the yogurt. Then the last option here is bread or muffin with, again, a cheese stick or yogurt. Moving on to lunch, we have, some of these are hard to read. They have dark backgrounds with black writing. All right, so we are on Thursday the 7th, correct? We have a cheeseburger, chips, and fruit and veggie. There we go.
All right. Let's see. Not a lot on your community calendar. Now, you had Paula and Sharon in yesterday. Do you have before I do some news headlines, do you have anything coming up that you want to talk about, Chuck?
Yeah, you know what? We've got the First Thursday Art Walk is tonight. We had the lovely ladies from Pastel Visions on last night on the show here with Tim. They are, let's see here. Let me open this up. So the First Thursday Art Walk this week, I know the Pastel Vision is over at the Trails End Gallery. And Debbie, which includes T. Kurtz, Judy Fairley, Julie Komsky, and Debbie Hubanks. And then Chris Leewalder is going to be at the Yale Press, and Harry Von Roslers at Quartzsite Brewing. And that one, Henry's grandfather was an artist. And at the Quartzsite Brewing, that is a retrospective of his grandfather's work.
Nice.
So that one's going to be pretty cool. And the calendar isn't quite loading here. It's loading a little wonky for me, as it does sometime. There we go. There, it's back up and running again. Okay, so then we've got the Twila Chamber of Commerce meeting, tomorrow at 7 a.m. at the casino. And this one sounds like fun. It is Easy Cream Products at the Columbia Community Creamery, and these are classes.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this one tomorrow, let me see if it'll open up for me here. So on Sunday, November 10th, this is Easy Cream Products. They're going to teach you how to make sour cream, buttermilk, and clotted cream. And it says, I'm not really sure if they're going to teach you how or if they have the product available. It says party time soft cheese. And that sounds like a party to me. And that is going on. The Easy Cream Products are at 10 a.m. There are 10 participants, 10 spots available. And then the party time soft cheese, I'm assuming that's a class to make party time soft cheese, is at noon.
Okay.
Let's see, and that's just about it. It's an easy weekend. Of course, Fired Up Pizza is hosting the Dinosaurs Blues and Brews Jam. Later this month, we've got a pretty good one coming up. We have on the 30th, Two Stones, One Bird, featuring Jacob Van Now and Ray Northwest. They're going to be right here at the KCHW Theater.
Fun.
Yep, those tickets are available right now. I'm going to refresh that poster up on the Facebook page. Yeah, it's just not a whole lot of stuff going up. Up on the 16th and 17th later this month are the one-act plays. Those are at the theater. Evening of one-act plays. Those are going to be a lot of fun. I know they've been occasionally coming in here and using the space because they got so much stuff going on at the theater right now. They're running out of room. They've got like 4 or 5 different one-act plays that are going to be playing that night. And they've got the kids play, and they've got rehearsals coming up for another play. We are rehearsing right now for the Christmas radio play. We're doing It's a Wonderful Life. So all kinds of stuff going on.
All right, Chuck, I think I see on Facebook, it looks like we're all on logo. Did you switch us over?
Did I? I did, yeah.
Huh. Oh, we're having some kind of issue. So enjoy that you don't have to look at me and Chuck if you're watching online.
We've got issues.
Oh, there it is. I just needed to refresh. It was a glitch on my end.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Let's take a look at a few news headlines this morning. Of course, yesterday, Vice President Harris delivered her concession speech while election officials continue to count ballots in numerous House of Representative races. Harris said, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. She told a group of supporters at Howard University in Washington, D.C. President Biden's going to deliver an address later today. Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert were among the comedians who mixed humor and earnestness when sharing their reactions to the election, with Colbert noting at least there'll be a peaceful transfer of power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that was a big concern that if he lost, that stuff would get out of control again. I will say one thing is like logging on yesterday morning to like watch the news and kind of the aftermath of the election. I've never seen so many depressed looking reporters in my life. Everybody looked really, really, because reporters tend to lean left, and they looked really, really nauseous all day yesterday.
I saw a clip of one. I don't even remember what station she was on. She literally just threw up her papers in the air, got up, and walked off the set.
Oh, yeah. To some of it, I know a lot of people are happy. Some of us very, very shocked, and it is a big thing. First time in history that a felon is president. We actually have a criminal that's going to take over the White House.
39-time convicted felon?
34.
Oh, 34. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to add those extra 5 on there.
Once you get 34 felony charges, well, what's 5 more? But come on.
They'll come in time.
Yeah.
I just
All right, let's see. House control, as of this morning, remains undecided still. Ballots in several key House races are still being counted. Officials caution that some high-stakes races won't be called for days, and a final tally may not come until early next week. Now, this is probably a bigger deal, actually, than in the president. We've seen this before. It happens very rarely where you have a House and Senate that are one party and a president of the same party. Mm-hmm. And that is really the only time, if you look back in history, where we get a lot of stuff done, whether it's good or bad. The last time I think this happened was when Bill Clinton was president, and we got a ton of stuff done.
Didn't Obama have didn't Obama have that for a little while? Didn't he have the House and the Senate? And I thought he did.
He might have for the first 2 years and then lost it because, the first couple of years he was a president and then lost it. I don't think they ever had a fully Democratic House and Senate and a Democratic president. Because his last term, he was pretty much a lame duck president. Nothing got done, and that's the way it works when you have a Republican House and Senate and a Democratic president. It's kind of things move to a standstill because they can't agree on anything, the two sides.
Right.
So, good or bad, it kind of scares me because of the rhetoric Trump had before winning about how he was going to go after people.
He threatened to assassinate people.
The threats and stuff. So that kind of scares me of what could really happen if there is nothing standing in his way. And I know that excites some people, but realize it horrifies other people.
Yeah.
So not everybody agrees in the same ways. All right. I just want everybody to be nice. I hope that's my big hope, that after this, and I'm really concerned because of the president.
Yeah.
But our nation needs to be kinder and gentler since COVID.
It does.
It's people have just gotten nasty toward each other, and that's my big hope. It's the election is over with. We've become so divided. Can we all just chill out and be nice to each other again? Let's not call each other names. Let's not pick on people that are different than us. Let's not hate people that are looking to come to America for a better way to live. You can't blame them.
Or hate people that are just trying to live their best life and be who they are.
And as some of us know that are here that are maybe poor, they might not be coming here and able to live their best life.
Right.
It's tough. I think Americans have it a little easier, but that's, I guess, to wrap up the news stories. That's kind of, or at least the talk of the election. That's my big hope, is that people will start being nicer to each other, now that it's over with.
That would be nice.
All right. Couple more headlines. We've got California wildfires still going strong. New one just started up. 14,000 people being evacuated northwest of Los Angeles. It just seems amazing. And this should garner some applause. This next story, Ray Gun, the Australian breakdancer in the Olympics that caused all the controversy, has announced she's retiring from competitive breakdancing. Apparently, no one has explained to this woman, or she just doesn't get it. She's not a breakdancer.
Wow.
She knows nothing about breakdancing.
No, she does not. She does not. I do have this for her. There you go.
We're just glad she's going.
My goodness.
All right. What's happening today? Let's see. Streaming part 2 of Outer Banks. If you're watching that, season 4 dropped overnight. Men's hockey. Predators play the Panthers. That sounds like a vicious game.
I know, right?
I'm just, like imagining an alien.
Oh,
with a hockey stick.
yeah.
Yeah. Predators versus the Panthers, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. Men's basketball, Timberwolves take on the Bulls, 8 p.m. Eastern on NBA TV. And in football, Bengals and the Ravens take the field at 8:15 Eastern on Prime Video. That's right, Thursday Night Football on Prime. There you go. A couple other ones. Hurricane Raphael. Looks like Florida's going to be spared. They're not quite sure where it's going to end up. Kind of heading toward Louisiana, possibly Texas.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Just hitting that lower jeez. Man, they're getting...
Say that again? You broke up.
They're just getting hammered all the way. This year it just seems like there's just one after another. They're just getting hammered down there.
Yes. So it's good this one's going to looking like it's going to turn and miss Florida. Some great pictures online. Yesterday we had another instance of somebody going nuts on a plane right before it landed, trying to open up the door in flight.
Wow. Was there?
I guess they were about 15 minutes away from being lying. Well, they announced to buckle up that they were going to start their descent. He went to the back of the plane, held a plastic knife to a stewardess, and tried to open the back door. And as they have been, and this is nice, I think it's the one time you can beat somebody up and not get arrested, is on an airplane. So immediately patrons of the airlines jumped up and actually pummeled this guy. People are getting sick of it, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Threatening their life on. He is a bloody mess. And they said they just kept hitting him for quite a while.
Well, you know what? I'm not a big proponent of violence, but sometimes it's okay.
One person trying to kill 260 people, you can't blame him for getting a little upset, right?
Was there a gremlin on the wing? He was...
Must have been. Sasquatch.
Right? Was it John Lithgow? Yeah.
All right. No. So there you go. Those are news headlines in America. We're going to move on to stuff that might be a little more cheery. It's Chuck Ritchie with this morning's first joke.
Hey, Scott, I've got a joke for you. Yeah.
What's that?
So little Ryan attended a horse auction with his father. He watched his father move from one horse to another, running his hands up and down the horse's legs and rump and chest. After a few minutes, Ryan asked him, "Dad, why are you doing that?" His father said, "Because I'm buying horses. I have to make sure they're healthy and in good shape before I buy." Ryan looked worried and said, "Dad, I think the UPS guy wants to buy Mom."
Oh, ow!
Wow. Has the milkman been replaced with the UPS guy?
I think it has.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's because they bring gifts, but women are always talking really nice about their UPS guy. I'm thinking about dressing all in brown. Must be a thing. It's like the new uniform.
Hey, babe, I'm a UPS driver. You like packages?
I got lots of them. Huh?
Oh, that could keep going and getting more and more inappropriate, Scott.
Yeah, let's go. Tweet of the week is what I have, Chuck. Stand back. This is a good one.
Okay.
My phone has this cool app now that shows me what I would look like as an old person. It's called Camera.
Oh.
That app my mirror must have an app on it too, because it activates every time I walk up to it.
Oh wow. I think that's starting to activate on my phone too. I keep trying to suppress it, but it keeps getting like progressively worse. Yeah.
Oh, maybe you could get an app that adds hair.
That would be nice. Ooh, I have one of those. I did it. I was looking at it yesterday and I gave myself a nice emo haircut. It covered one eye. There was a hot pink strip in with the black. It was gorgeous. I think
I should post that.
I think I should go with that look. Yeah.
All right, Chuck, tell us 4 things we didn't know yesterday.
Yeah. So when Abraham Lincoln, when he was shot at Ford's Theater in D.C., he was carrying 2 pairs of spectacles, a lens polisher, a pocket knife, a watch fob, a linen handkerchief, and a brown leather wallet containing a $5 Confederate note and 9 newspaper clippings.
Why was he carrying Confederate money in his wallet? What was that about?
That's weird. My first thought was, man, he had $5. I guess he was,
but it
president.
probably wasn't even any good because it was the Confederate note.
Right. And he was assassinated. Was that after the Civil War ended? Yeah.
All right. Keep going.
A person swallows approximately 295 times while eating dinner. Some of us more or less, I guess. 1776, a popular breakfast for American kids was popcorn served with sugar and cream. Now, I've read that. That's actually the origin of cereal. And
I bet it is.
I have tried it. And, it's pretty good. You got to eat it really fast, though. It gets soggy in a hurry, but not bad, actually.
It might be a great way to eat caramel corn.
Oh, yeah. More ways to eat your caramel corn. I love it. Then in ancient Greece, tossing an apple to a girl was a marriage proposal. If she caught it, the answer was yes. So they wasted a bunch of apples in, huh?
I'd have just seen a bunch of women throwing their arms up like, ew! Don't let that touch me. All right. We've got some bizarre subreddits. Subreddit is a niche community on the Reddit platform, as a specific forum dedicated to a popular topic of interest. Each subreddit operates independently with its own set of rules, moderators, and content guidelines, allowing users to post content and engage in discussions relevant to that theme. Now, there are currently over 2.8 million subreddits on Reddit, and here are a few of the strangest. Now, Chuck, are you do you use Reddit?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Mostly just for like advice forums and stuff like that.
Okay.
A lot of times, if I have questions with radio stuff, there's a lot of good information there.
I know a lot of times when you're searching different things, it'll pop up.
Yeah.
All right. First one is birds with arms. This is a community dedicated to sharing photoshopped images of birds with human arms.
Or it's a one about dangerous, witty birds with arms. Yeah. Harmful.
Bread stapled to trees. It's basically in the name. Pictures of breads stapled to trees. All right.
For the birds, right? The squirrels.
Right. Yeah. I like this one. Trees sucking on things. This is a place where people post pictures of trees that have grown around or merged with objects.
Okay, I love those pictures. You've seen some of those, right? Where there's like an old bicycle. I love those. I saw one where a tree was growing through like an old like Model T Ford or something, That was pretty cool. So
we're building a trail on our property. There's a bunch of trails around here, and we're putting one in on our property. And we're going to have little signs and directions. And then we've got this really cool tree that comes up maybe about 20 feet, splits in two, goes up another maybe 20 feet, splits again, so it's 3, and then it goes up like 60 feet. It's a massive tree, but it's 3 trees in one. Cool. And I wanted to put a sign as you're walking through the trail that if you go this way, you go to the tree towers.
Oh.
So now I was thinking Lord of the Rings, but then people said, well, maybe it sounds too much like 9/11, Twin Towers.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. But I was going to do the tree tower. So I don't know if that's a faux pas or not. But so I'm thinking that one through. But anyways, I digress.
I would think Three Towers is good.
All right. Yeah. I thought it would be cute. And you get there and there's this massive tree that's turned into 3.
I've seen it before where there's been like a metal sign like nailed to a tree, and then the tree just sort of frames the whole sign, and you can still see the sign, but I love those. Yeah. I think there's one in our park, isn't there? No, maybe not.
All right. Next one, subreddit, wolves with watermelons. And this subreddit is dedicated to pictures of wolves interacting with watermelons in various ways. Now, first problem you'd have is you need a wolf.
Yep. Got 3 that think they are in my house.
This one's fun. Goats on top of horses.
Yeah.
The subreddit featuring images of goats standing on top of horses.
You know, a goat will stand on literally anything.
Anything.
If they can get up on it, they will stand on it. Yeah.
I like the ones with, of course, you're not going to be surprised, cats riding horses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Or
imagine
cats riding cows.
I would imagine the cats don't actually stay up there very long.
Actually, they do. I've seen a few of those where the cats, the cat and the horse are friends. If the cat's on the fence post, the one I was watching, the horse goes over, puts his head down, so the cat will get up on him after he loved it up in the face a few times. We lived outside of Chihuahua on the way to years ago on the way to the Mormon church, and you see all the Black Angus cows out there on the left. There's usually a group of about 20.
Mm-hmm.
And we were living there, and every day every time we let out the cat, all the horses came in and came up to the front yard to watch the cat. And I asked the owner what made and he goes, the people that were there before were there for a long time, and their cat was always out with the cows and interacting with them, on top of them. So I guess it's a thing. Cats on cows.
I have seen that before, where cats had befriended the farm animals. That's always fun. Yeah.
All right. Shower orange. This is a community focused on practice of eating oranges while taking a shower. I don't think you should be posting pictures of that.
Probably not. At least not. I don't know. Is Reddit that kind of site? I'm not sure.
No.
Yeah.
Strategically placed oranges.
Right.
All right. Corn Guy. This subreddit page dedicated to the Lego Corn Guy with all sorts of fan posts and memes about the character. I didn't even know there was a Lego Corn Guy.
Yeah, I just had to look him up. It's a Lego guy that's a corn suit. Yeah. Just what you think.
All right. Quite possibly the most boring subreddit on the internet is blurry pictures of dogs. And as the name suggests, it's all blurry pictures of dogs.
You know, we've had one or two dogs that lived their whole life, long life, and never did get a good picture of them because we couldn't get them to hold still long enough. Every picture we had of them was blurry. Yeah, unless they were asleep. Yeah.
You just need a better camera.
Probably.
All right. I like this one. I think I'm going to sign up and join this group before I head out on my vacation going down the coast. Pocket Sand. This is a group discussing the supposed advantages of carrying sand in your pockets for self-defense.
Look, what's that?
Get back. Don't make me get sand in your eyes. You know how painful that is?
I like it. What if you use like the the sprinkle on salt and vinegar seasoning, kept some of that in your pocket? That would be harsh. Yeah.
Okay.
And
all right,
handy
Chuck.
in case you have chicken wings.
If you're ready, you've got this one. The most irritating phrases ever.
Oh yeah. Let's see. We'll go through these and see if there's any on there that we can think of that are annoying.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've got a few
because I know there are some. So according to an online survey, let's see. It says here at the end of the day came up as the most irritating. Like, well, at the end of the day, we're all wearing pants. Well, I don't know if that one's. I don't really find that one annoying because it's sort of a way to something. I don't know. So yeah, that was number one. Let's circle back, touch base. Is that? Let's put a pin in it. Yeah.
To put a pen in you and see if you deflate.
This next one this statement has been debunked thoroughly, I think, throughout history many times. Money can't buy happiness. I'm sorry. Ultimately, I guess it can't, but it can go a long way towards making sure the other things that making you unhappy don't happen. Yeah.
What's Chuck saying? It might be true, but it's still second best.
Yep. Yep. I mean, I know for me, a lot of times my unhappiness comes from not having money, Scott.
Yes.
So,
yep.
Yep.
Not being able to do the things you'd like to do.
This next one here, used it yesterday when I took the last pumpkin pie from the grocery store, and someone's like, "Oh, wait, was that the last pumpkin pie that was over there?" Sorry, not sorry.
Not sorry. Not when it comes to pie.
Yeah. Or the last pumpkin pie. All right, the next one here. Oh yeah, this one is bothering me because usually people that use this line don't tell it like it is. You're just being a jerk. It is obviously I tell it like it is.
It sounds like something a politician would say.
It does, or something somebody would say about a politician. He tells it like it is. No, he really doesn't. Yeah,
That's like a precursor to a lie.
I think it's when somebody says that about somebody else, especially again like a politician. It's just because you agree with him. It doesn't mean that's what it is. Yeah. The next one here, life isn't fair.
That is an irritating phrase.
It is,
but true.
It's very true. But I think we all know. Although anyone that has kids has used this phrase many, many, many times. Sorry, kid. Life ain't fair. Yeah. Anything paired with the word hack.
Huh?
Life hack. You know.
Okay.
I think it's just one of those that's been a little overused, but I don't really care much about that one. Yeah. Oh, the next one here, and this one is always said wrong. I could care less. Instead of I couldn't care less. Yeah.
It's a contraction in there,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
I could. Oh, you could care less, huh? Well, that's nice.
Yeah. But I won't do it in front of you.
And then the last one here always contradicts itself because it's always a precursor to something that is offensive. No offense, but I'm about to say something offensive.
Yeah, no offense, but those pants make you look big, Scott.
Yeah. Yeah. No offense, but you're a big dumb stupid head. Yeah.
The ones that cringe me.
I just tell it like it is.
Actually, like shivers up my spine. Really, that I have to hold back saying something that really bother me, and have a few friends that do it, but I don't say anything to them. But it drives me nuts. Blah blah blah.
You know,
oh
blah,
my
blah,
gosh, blah blah blah, or yada yada yada, or one of those. It's like an They don't belong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yada yada yada.
And blah blah blah. Chuck, whatever.
You know one of mine that just bothers me. Come with. Hey, I'm going to the store. You want to come with? Is me so hard to say? Does it really take that much effort to put that one extra syllable on there to complete your sentence?
I think it does.
Do I want to come with what? Come with my razors? I was thinking of like something to shave my head with, but yeah. I don't like it. And no, it's not really a thing people say, it's a thing people type. When people, and I think I've said this before, and it just grates on my nerves. Sell and sale. When people don't know the difference between sell and sale. I have this item for sell. Ugh. Oh yeah, it gives me shivers, Scott. Yeah.
All right. Apparently, he is a word Nazi.
I don't know why. I don't know why that one bothers me so much, but yeah, it just does.
All right, Chuck. Let's go back and forth on the next one. I'll start it off, and then you can do the next one, and we'll ask each other these Thanksgiving Day questions. That's right. It's our Thanksgiving Day quiz. All right, Chuck, first one. Pilgrims held the first Thanksgiving to celebrate A, bountiful harvest, B, their gratitude to the Native Americans who helped them, C, the discovery of cranberry sauce.
Oh, considering we know A and B are not actually true, I'm going to go with C, cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce, there you go.
Scott, so football watching became part of the Thanksgiving tradition when A, the NFL agreed to allow non-Sunday games, B, televisions became commonplace, or C, families tasted turkeys cooked by men.
I'm going to say all of the above. Or is that a cop-out?
You ever go to someone's house for Thanksgiving or afterwards and they're like, oh man, this turkey's so good. And then you eat it and it's like shoe leather and you look at them and they're just over there just enjoying the heck out of it. Isn't this good? Like, yeah.
I spent a Thanksgiving. I think I've talked about it on the air before. I'll summarize it. It was a horrible. I felt so bad for the host to be walking around the room, trying to give everybody seconds of everything, and nobody would take them. Oh no, I'm stuffed as stuffed can be.
That's 3 bites were plenty for me.
Yeah. By the way, I think there's fingernails in your mashed potatoes.
I'm so full. I'm just gonna go home early and make my own dinner.
We actually did stop and eat afterwards.
Really?
Yeah, well, because you did the food, and then we all visited for a couple hours. By the time we left, we were starving. And then it was like we went. I don't know what it was. We went to an IHOP or Denny's type place. Perkins, I think it was Perkins.
Yeah.
We went to Perkins and had their Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh man.
Yeah, because we felt like we missed it. Yeah. There was almonds in the mashed potatoes. Who does that?
What?
Yeah.
What?
It was like finding little fingernails, like full fingernails in your mashed potatoes.
I saw it on the internet.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
That's not funny.
Nope.
That's gross.
All right. Friday after Thanksgiving. Is it me? I think so.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Yeah. It is you.
Okay. Friday after Thanksgiving is traditionally the start of A, Christmas shopping, B, turkey leftover eating season, or C, trying to get rid of the obnoxious relatives.
No question that is C.
Trying to get rid of the obnoxious relatives.
Which reminds me of our show coming up November 30th. That is the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We figured that was a good weekend. You've got your family in town. You've spent Thursday with them doing the thing. You've spent the whole Friday with them the next day, eating leftovers. Saturday is a good time to get out and watch a show where you can still be together and
not have to
communicate. Yeah. It's the perfect day to come see a show at the KCHW Theater, Scott. Yep.
All right.
Yep. All right.
Now, is that the concert or is that the play?
That is the concert. That's a concert with Two Stones, One Bird, and Jacob Van Now and Ray Northwest.
Now, Jacob and Ray have been on the radio years ago, pre-COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob and Ray Northwest, and then they did a show years ago again pre-COVID. We've had Jacob back in town a couple times, so people are getting to know him and how good he is. But if you haven't seen them together, don't miss this show. I'm not sure what they'll be doing because their work together is like constantly evolving.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time they did some originals that were really good. And then they went back and did some classic rock songs, which Mr. Van Now is very good at.
Mm-hmm.
And Ray would rap with these classic rock songs. And it was like hearing them new again.
Yeah.
It was incredible to have these songs you're familiar with that were classic rock that had this really, really well done rap inserted to them. It was very enjoyable. They work so well together. Definitely, I will being outside of Chihuahua now, I can definitely say that is a show you don't want to miss.
And you know what? He has a very, I don't know. He's just a nice guy. Like both of them,
Mm-hmm.
they're very gracious. They have a great stage presence, and we had them here for Fall Fest last month. And they opened up everything for Fall Fest. They were the first band that played, and they got up on stage, and everyone in the audience was like, "What? Who is this?" Yeah. And he does have.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing.
He has a new album out. I don't know. I'm not looking at my camera, but I got an advance copy of his new album that is coming out very soon. It's a little more on the metal side. It's blunt force trauma, but which is funny to know him. I know what a sweet, gentle guy he is, and then he does this metal music, and it's kind of a fun contradiction. But
I've always enjoyed, Linkin Park was probably one of the first bands to start that, but I am not a big fan of rap music, but I do love it inserted into other things. Mm-hmm. No matter whether it's whatever genre. I love and I'd say that period anyways, I love mixed genre music. Mm-hmm. When you take a couple of different genres like that, like rap and classic rock and mix them together. People don't do that. It's unheard of. And then when you hear it, you go, wow, that's amazing. So, yeah don't miss that. November 30th. Good job, Chuck.
Not a big fan of the rock or the rap country though. That's becoming a thing.
It is becoming a thing.
That was a little odd, but okay. To each their own.
Well, if you don't keep coming up with the new ways for people to enjoy country music, they'll stop.
Right. I don't blame them.
How many times you lose your horse and your wife?
Right?
Come on. Just depressing. All right, now it's your turn, Chuck.
Okay. So turkey became the popular meat to serve at Thanksgiving instead of venison because A, it's easier to get than venison, B, it's easier to prepare than venison, or C, the Butterball hotline refuses to answer questions about venison. Butterball hotline.
Let's see.
What's your question, sir?
All right, we had a post we from a while ago. I missed it when we were talking about UPS drivers and why women seem to like them so much. And if brown was the new uniform, Matt Parrish told me it would make me look taller if I dressed in brown.
Oh,
wow! I've tried it, Matt. Nothing makes me look taller.
I would make sure it fits though, because if it's too big for you, Scott, you might look like the poop emoji.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I think I'd look taller if I was standing on your head.
After that one, I deserve it. Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry. I don't need, here, where's my shut up? There it is.
Shut up, Wesley.
Thank you. All right. Let's keep going with that. Traditional start of Thanksgiving dinner is a prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Toast to the host. The unbuckling of the belts.
Isn't that usually what you do after the eating?
It is. That's. Of course, that might be a better idea.
Or
unless your pants fall down as you leave the table.
Or in between first pie and second pie.
There you go, Chuck. Perfect.
Well, once you have the pumpkin, you got to make room for the apple, or vice versa.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the next one here? So George Washington proclaimed a national day of Thanksgiving in 1789, but some citizens were opposed to it because they didn't think the hardship of a few pilgrims deserved a national holiday. B,
losers and suckers.
Wow.
Wow. That's horrible.
I
wouldn't have called them that, but I know who would have.
Right?
Yeah.
B, they didn't vote for Washington. Or C, they were allergic to pumpkin pie.
Ooh, I wonder if anybody's allergic to pumpkin pie.
That would, I don't know. I was gonna say that would suck, but it's not my favorite. I'm more of an apple or cherry pie guy myself. Yeah. Did they have pumpkin pie back then? Was that a thing?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Maybe.
No, maybe. All right.
All right, last one here. This has been our Thanksgiving quiz, a little early, but it is the next holiday.
Mm-hmm.
The best way to get the bigger half of the turkey's wishbone is to, Chuck, A, work out, B, twist your wrist, or C, make sure the other end is held by your arthritic grandma.
Grandma, come here. You don't need that wish anyway. Come here.
That definitely takes the cake or the pie. There you go. All right.
My
Do you
sister-
feel up for a couple trivia questions and then we'll go to break, Chuck?
I do. You know, my sister used to hate that. We do the wishbone, and she's like, don't twist it around. Don't do it this time. Just break it normal. And every time, if you like sort of twist your wrist up and over, you always get that. You know? Yeah.
Oh, that's a
always.
cheat.
Oh yeah, I did it every time. It used to make her so mad. Poor girl, she never got a wish.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Today it's Chuck the Cheater.
That's why she still lives with Mom and Dad.
I want to have them answered immediately.
That's right. Never wishbone with that guy.
Right.
Just saying.
Right.
Could be dangerous. All right, Chuck, your first trivia question today. 2 in 10 of us say we're afraid of what small animal? 2 in 10 of us.
I'm going to say mice.
It is not. I think more people would probably say they're scared of mice. So 2 in 10 of us say we're afraid of this small animal. You probably have one in your front yard. Maybe you see one at a park.
Squirrels.
Squirrels. That's right, because maybe you have a squirrel in your pants.
Well, you know, squirrel attacks are on the rise.
And they have rabies. So
they're organizing, Scott.
That's right. That's why they took out that squirrel on TikTok.
Like the whales. They're organizing. Yeah.
Right. Who are the only athletes who must wear a different colored uniform than their teammates? So there's one sport.
It's the goalie in soccer.
That's right.
Yeah.
How'd you know that? Good job.
Because the goalie in soccer wears a different colored uniform.
You just knew it?
Yeah. I watch soccer sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a riddle for you, Chuck, then, since you're doing so well. Take off my skin or cut me in two. I won't cry, but you will. What am I?
An onion.
An onion. I'm giving you all the easy stuff today.
That one, it was easy. And I usually suck at the riddle, Scott.
A riddle so simple, even Chuck knew it.
Wow.
Wow. I'm sorry, Chuck. That was a joke.
I deserve that. I remember the poop joke. Yeah.
All right. I'm really sorry.
No, you're not.
Sorry,
not
see, next
sorry.
question. Every 7 months, another billion gallons of this has been drunk.
7 billion gallons.
Drank. Every 7 months, another billion gallons of this liquid has been drank.
Was drunk a clue? Or was that an anti-clue?
It was an anti-clue.
Then I would say milk.
It is not milk.
It is not milk. Soda? Carbonated beverages?
Yeah, but you needed a particular soda.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Every 7 months, they go through 1 billion gallons of Coke.
I find that a little gross.
Let's see. In the U.S., 3.5 million birds die each year. In what way?
Running into windmills.
No.
How many die this way?
3.5 million.
Running into my car windshield.
I'll take that. Running into windows, either
Okay.
fixed or moving. 3.5 million birds die each year flying into windows, which is more than windmills. Just saying.
That's true. There were multiple times with my kids growing up where a bird would smack into the window, fall down, and they would always try to help it recover. Very seldom did they ever recover from that. Yep.
Their bones are too fragile.
Yep.
I'm going to say this again, though, just because I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there and a lot of claims by scientists, but I toured a windmill farm.
Mm-hmm.
Not one bird on the ground.
Yeah.
No dead birds. Not one. When I was there, not at one time did I see a bird fly into one of the blades. No birds on the ground. And in fact, I don't see how a bird could run into one because you can hear those windmills from a long way away.
Yeah.
They make a lot of noise.
Well,
so much so on the ground, hard to talk over.
There have been pictures circulating of like piles, like just mounds of birds at the bottom of these windmills, and they've been proven over and over again. And most of them are completely obvious fakes. You know, you can see the Photoshop lines around the birds, and you know sometimes you can see different ground underneath there that they don't quite cut out. And yeah,
I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
but I am saying you don't see them littered all over the ground at a windmill farm.
And I think there was a story that we did they found that even the time it does happen, because it does occasionally happen, painting one of the blades black almost completely eliminates that.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. Birds are pretty smart.
They are.
All right. Last trivia question, Chuck. Since 1954, 96 of these have been retired. This is going to be a tough one. And if I give you the hint I want to, you will not get it. Since 1954, 96 of these have been retired. We're using them right now.
Right now, as we speak?
Yeah.
And only 96 of them have retired?
Yes, there's one being used right now.
Radio station managers. Only 96.
No, nothing that simple.
Is it
96 of these have been retired since 1954, and there's only one in use right now. And I'll give you the biggest hint I can. It's too big. It's weather related.
Oh, wow. Satellites?
No, looking for hurricane names. Since
Hurricane
1954,
names.
they've retired 96 hurricane names. And I said there's one in use right now, and that is Hurricane Raphael.
Yep. Although if you would have said Raphael, I probably would have went like immediately to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Sure.
Yep.
Scott, I think you're pronouncing that wrong. Well, here's an easy one to wrap things up. It's answer wrong and win. We're looking for the dumbest answer possible, Chuck. First one, name an outdoor chore you mainly do in the fall.
An outdoor chore you mainly do in the fall. I like to watch football outdoors because I'm not allowed to in the house.
Oh. I thought you were going to say planting flowers. All right.
Oh.
Name a Thanksgiving side dish.
That would be toasted fingernails.
Oh,
in my mashed potatoes.
I forgot you were there. All right.
Yeah.
Name a city.
I made those,
no.
Scott.
You made it?
It was a hack I saw online.
Name a city known for its big Mardi Gras celebration.
Oh, Chewelah, Washington, of course.
Yeah.
We go all out here. I once saw somebody wearing purple on Mardi Gras.
That's scary. I'm just picturing that happening on Main Street in Chewelah.
That'd be fun.
All right. What's a trick you might teach your dog?
To vote.
Okay. What's something you might do to pass time while waiting in an airport terminal? Don't say making a bomb.
No, God, no. I would not. Something to do while waiting at an airport terminal. Brush up on my French.
Oh, or count your bullets.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
I
don't even think you can
all
say
right,
that.
Give me last one here. Answer wrong and win. Give me an occasion for which you might open a bottle of champagne.
And this is answer wrong and win.
Yes.
The 2024 presidential election.
All right, you did awesome. There's answer wrong and win. Wrapping up today's trivia. We're going to go to break. We come back. Local birthdays, odd news, and more. But you got to stay right here. Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
My dear guests, I am Mr. Rourke, your host. Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Fantasy Island.
The plane.
Go crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
That's amazing.
Well, I'm in the amazing business.
It's 8:20.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
and by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, November the 7th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Donald Trump's victory in the race for the White House was again aided by wins in rural areas such as Nebraska.
As the results from Tuesday night are examined, Political analysts cite Trump's gain with Latino voters. Colby College's Nick Jacobs, who has written about rural issues, says the campaign also regained some ground in rural America that it had lost in 2020. Jacobs says if the media or political strategists try to again understand why these areas still largely back Trump, they have to resist preconceived notions.
We're going to see it again with these diner interviews, is that prior to even being interviewed, rural people were put into this prefabricated box. And the truth is that voters in rural places and urban places, they're complicated.
It's been decades in the making, but Jacobs feels the public still doesn't grasp that rural voters feel underappreciated by the political establishment. But Jacobs says Democrats should keep trying to produce local candidates who can relate to these voters, adding that having both parties find success in rural America is good for democracy. I'm Mike Moen.
Meantime, from NBC News, Vice President Kamala Harris addressed a crowd of supporters. In her speech, Harris encouraged supporters not to lose hope, saying that while she concedes the election, I do not concede the fight that fueled the campaign. Meantime, Wisconsin experienced the first new election using the state's new political maps, and experts say it made a significant difference in outcomes.
Although Republicans still have the upper hand, their supermajority is quashed, and Democrats made some key gains in the Wisconsin legislature, which they believe puts them in a better position to gain chamber control in 2026. Political scientist David Helpap with the University of Wisconsin at Green Bay says this lays the groundwork for changes in future policy proposals.
As districts become more competitive, it makes it more difficult for those who are elected officials in those districts to really propose policies that are too far left or right of center, simply because they know they're going to have to answer to voters that are more center than they used to be.
He says the new legislative maps leveled the playing field for legislators in a way that Wisconsin hasn't seen in more than a decade, making it possible for Democrats to pick up key seats in districts covering the northern Milwaukee suburbs, the north side of Madison, as well as Richland and Sauk counties, the Green Bay area, and much of the Fox cities. One of the biggest upcoming policy issues is the next state budget. From K through 12 education to funding local government, the UW system, and corrections, Helpap says that's where Wisconsinites could see the impact of these changes the most, and the dynamic will be different. I'm Judith Ruiz Branch reporting.
This is Public News Service. Next up, the University of Arkansas at Little Rock will use a $1 million grant to create a research and education center for cybersecurity.
The Cyberspace Operations Research and Education Center, or CORE, will be used to train students for jobs in the industry. Associate Professor Philip Huff says currently 100 students are majoring in cybersecurity, and the grant money will allow them to expand and reach more young people.
We are proud to collaborate with our partners, including UA Fayetteville, UA Pine Bluff, many community colleges across the state, to engage in minority and underrepresented students, recruiting them and further diversifying the cybersecurity talent pool.
UA Little Rock also serves as the hub for the National Cyber Teaching Coalition, which trains high school teachers to teach cybersecurity and artificial intelligence classes for dual enrollment courses. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
We head next to Colorado, where young people convicted of crimes in Pueblo can now avoid serious and long-lasting consequences.
Chanel Hasty with the National League of Cities, which created the Courts Addressing Fines and Fees or CAFE program, says when young people cannot pay a fee, it goes into collections, and that can make it much harder for them to become financially independent, contributing members of the community.
Jobs today, they require that you have a decent credit score to get a job because they may not be able to get a job. They may not be able to get housing because of a damaged credit score. It's just a negative economic spiral for this young person.
Unpaid fines and fees can quickly snowball, leading to increased fines, driver's license suspensions, or even jail time. Through CAFE, defendants can sign up for Pueblo's Financial Empowerment Center, get one-on-one financial literacy tutoring, get their court fines or fees reduced, and pay them off through community service. Pueblo is one of 14 cities selected to participate in the program, which is also open to adult offenders. I'm Eric Galatas.
Finally, from our Danielle Smith, child care workers across the nation, including Tennessee, are struggling with poverty-level wages
The UC Berkeley report reveals that in Tennessee, the median wage for early childhood educators is less than $15 an hour. Anna Powell with UC Berkeley's Center for the Study of Child Care Employment says the median wage nationally for early childhood educators is just $13.07 an hour, which has resulted in some workers relying on public assistance.
In Tennessee, we estimate the median hourly wage to be $11.57 for a person working in early care and education. Meanwhile, the living wage in that state is about $15.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's some radio stations, big and small, your favorite podcast platform, and find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Come on, Chuck. You can't just swim, eat grapes, and play around all the time.
Is that what you've been doing?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. That's what I do all the time, Scott. You should see the pool
I
I
had
put
a
in.
strange feeling, especially about the grapes.
Yeah. I was going to make it a surprise, but I have replaced the stage and the theater in here with a swimming pool. So Shwila now has our indoor swimming pool. Congratulations, and you're welcome.
Wow. Everybody. If we had an indoor swimming pool at the radio station, we'd be the most popular place in Chihuahua.
And I cordially invite you to come and feed me grapes. Yeah. In the pool.
Well, I lounge at the pool. Must be nice. All right.
It's really
All right, we
just
start
a
off our
Rubbermaid
second
tote full of water.
segment with a look at local birthdays. Do we have any today, Chuck?
Well, I have the calendar here in front of me. We have quite a few today, actually. We have Matthew Chalmers, Christopher Herda. Looks like, ooh, that one's hard to read. Oh, it's just Sierra Howder and Carrie Kitzmiller. There we go.
All right.
Happy birthday, everybody.
All right. Let's see. Celebrity birthdays to go along with those today. Joni Mitchell turning 81. Christopher Knight, Peter, who played Peter on the Brady Bunch, is 67. Morgan Spurlock from Super Size Me, 54. Adam Devine from Workaholics and Modern Family, 41. Singer Lord is turning 28. And Daria Renee from High School Musical, I know you saw that, Chuck, is 24. Last one, Amy Beth McNulty. And it says Anne with an E. I guess that was a show. And it doesn't say how old she was. Born in 2001, I guess.
There was
All right, so 24.
There's one of those that was a little bit of a mistake. Morgan Spurlock is not 54. He has passed away earlier this year.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Super Size Me guy, yeah.
All right.
Probably for me,
We move on to history with Mr. Ritchie.
All right. So today, 1874, the Republican Party was symbolized as an elephant for the first time in a cartoon by Thomas Nast in Harper's Weekly magazine. Then in 1944, Franklin D. Roosevelt won an unprecedented fourth term in office, defeating Thomas E. Dewey. Ooh, it's a good thing those term limits came in place. 1991, right?
I hope they stick.
I hope so. 1991, basketball star Magic Johnson announced he had tested positive for the AIDS virus and was retiring. Still alive and kicking and actually doing pretty well. 1994, WXYC, the student radio station of University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, provided the world's first internet radio broadcast.
Wow.
1994.
Look at us now.
You know, that's in a day that someday children will think of that as the same way we see those old black and white videos of the early radio. Not even videos, still photos, because I don't even think I had video then. So like when we didn't have internet back in the day. Back in the old-timey days. Yeah. Year 2000, Republican George W. Bush was elected president over incumbent Democrat Vice President Al Gore. Though Gore won the popular vote by a narrow margin, the winner wasn't known for more than a month because of the disputes of the hanging chads in Florida. Remember that one? I was saying earlier, at least this election, there's not the big raging debate and arguments over back and forth. At least, we can. Yeah,
there was no doubt.
No, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. No question. All right.
Well, we've never had huge claims of fraud in our elections before the last one, and maybe we never will again.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Especially since there was no fraud in the last election.
Ever.
No. And that's been proven time and time again. Then in 2005, residents of a retirement home in Sweden had to deal with drunk rowdy animals when a pair of intoxicated moose invaded the premises. The moose had become drunk by eating fermented apples they found outside the home. Huh. And then
can I add something to your last comment? If the Democrats did cheat back in 2020, like was claimed, that there was widespread cheating going on, election fraud. If the Democrats had really done it, they would have surely done it again. So obviously it never happened. There you go.
And it'd be a lot easier to do it while they're currently in the White House. So
yeah,
and it didn't happen clearly. Yeah. All right. In 2012, voters in Maine, Maryland, and Washington approved measures for same-sex marriage. That's good. I think a bunch of others have followed suit. Was it only 2012?
Yep.
Wow. Huh. Seems like it's been longer than that. Hopefully that will stick around. 2019, Queen Elizabeth II confirmed she was no longer buying clothes made with real fur. Former President Joe Biden in 2020 was declared the winner of the U.S. presidential race 4 days after the election. Then in 2020, Rudy Giuliani held his infamous Trump campaign press conference at Four Seasons Total Landscaping in Philadelphia to contest the U.S. election results.
You know why they did it at Four Seasons Total Landscaping?
Because they got the wrong place?
No, because there's lots of fertilizer there.
Oh.
Just a guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Which comes from what kind of animal, Scott? Ironically, during this last campaign, Four Seasons Total Landscaping came out in favor of Harris.
Huh. All right.
And 2023, after 118 days of the Actors Guild being out on strike, the SAG-AFTRA and the SAG-AFTRA, and the studios announced a tentative deal on a new contract.
You know what's weird is COVID, then the big strike.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood has never recovered.
No.
It's done a major downhill turn, and it just continues to. They're churning out garbage, and very little of it, but what they are churning out seems to be garbage and not very good. What happened to Hollywood? That's my big question.
There's been a couple things, and the what do they call it? The superhero fatigue.
Yeah.
And I think that's real. And for a long time, I was like, no, I love those movies. I love the Marvel movies. But yeah, it's just like, come on, guys.
Yeah, need a break.
Enough.
Stop remaking movies you've already made. We don't need to see them again, us old people. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's keep going. Special events today. For some reason, on the special events calendar, it says Election Day, but it's not.
No, it's not. Maybe,
all right.
Maybe like some local nonprofits having their election today?
No, I think it's maybe just traditionally. Yeah. Maybe it's on the 7th more than not. I don't know why they would put that in there.
That's bizarre.
All right. It is Hug a Bear Day, though. Just make sure it's a real bear.
Yeah, not one of those fake ones. Yeah.
Yes, no teddy bears. Little League Girls Day. A Bittersweet Chocolate with Almonds Day. Canine Lymphoma Awareness Day. Huh. I was blissfully unaware of that.
Now I am aware.
Now I got to worry. It's Retinol Day. Men Make Dinner Day.
That's every day in my house.
Okay.
Yep.
Merlot Daddy?
I'm assuming that means it's supposed to be day.
It's supposed to, I think misspelling on maybe on day. They put a T in there. So Merlot Day, Stout Day, in case you don't like wine, and Notary Public Day. People that go, oh man, they're the unsung heroes of financial transactions.
They really are. But did you know you can go take the class and become a notary public?
Yeah, it's only like $75.
Yeah, and just have the thing, and if anybody needs it, there you go. Do the thing.
Yep, $5-10 a pop, man. Yep. You're signing people's names. It's awesome.
We should do that here. It'd be a great service we could offer.
You might get more visitors.
Yeah, right.
Number for the day, Chuck.
The number of the day is 73 billion. Those are the dollars wasted each year by Americans searching for parking spots, which includes wasted time, fuel, and emissions. or when you're waiting for that slow person to back out of their spot with their reverse lights on for 5 minutes, just back out already. No.
$73 billion wasted each year on those things, and they spent another $1 billion on the study.
Right. That's crazy.
It's that bad.
Right?
All right. Americans have voted. Chuck?
Yep.
As I move on to news and nuggets, in a survey among adults in the U.S. that had eaten Skittles in the last 3 months, only 6% of Skittle eaters favor yellow. That's right. Americans have voted. Their number one color of Skittle, red. Right. Number 2, purple. Number 3, orange. Number 4, green. And number 5, yellow. There you have it. America has spoken about Skittles.
I think for me, it's a toss-up between the purple or the green.
Well, yesterday, number 1 was orange.
Yeah. Wow.
How quickly they change.
Definitely not a fan of the orange. All right.
Yeah, I usually chew them up and spit them out.
Yeah, I put that last on my list.
Right.
So, and the worst days to travel.
Chuck, you want to do a couple stories off this, or one, or two, or three?
Well, we were talking earlier about traveling over the holidays. So if you are planning to fly over the holidays, travel experts say the worst days between now and the end of the year are around Thanksgiving. This report specifically mentioned the Friday before Thanksgiving for all the people who will be taking the entire week off. The day right before Thanksgiving for all the people only taking a few days off, and the Sunday after Thanksgiving for everyone going home and back to work on Monday. So maybe if you're going to take time off, start the middle of the week before Thanksgiving. Maybe travel on Tuesday and come back on Monday or Tuesday. Yeah.
I like this one. This should have been an odd news. A man in New Hampshire allegedly passed a bad check to drive off in a Ford 250 Lariat from Best Ford of Nashua. Rather than laying low, Ryan Duvall took to Facebook to comment on the dealership's posts, updating them on his whereabouts. Despite efforts to delete his responses, some were captured before disappearing. One commenter claimed to have seen Duvall buying floor mats for his stolen new truck at AutoZone, to which Duvall corrected that he had purchased those WeatherTech mats instead of the Realtree ones. Duvall was apprehended on felony theft and forgery charges eventually.
Wow.
Stole your truck.
And then posted about it.
Me.
And I love that he tried to delete his posts after the fact. Like, there's no. Yeah, you can delete the ones that you see, but there's no such thing as deleting anything off the internet. Nope.
It's true.
Nope, doesn't happen. All right, let me see if we got another one here. Let's see. I like this one. The Amazon World Park Zoo in England's Isle of Wight successfully recaptured its last escaped raccoon. The raccoon's 4 sisters went missing from their enclosure Friday morning. The first raccoon was recovered late Friday night, followed by a second capture on Saturday morning, and the third on Sunday. Zoo officials utilized thermal drones and tracking dogs to assist in the search efforts. All 4 raccoons have now been reunited and are reported to be doing well. Oh, wow. They got returned to their cages.
Numbers are in on the election night 2024 coverage. Approximately 42.3 million people were watching primetime coverage of the presidential election on Tuesday night. Now, in comparison of 333 million people living in the United States, not very many of us cared.
I'd like to see those numbers at the beginning of the night compared to the end of the night.
Yeah, not very many of us cared. Wow.
And what was the total number?
42 million out of 333 million of us.
That's probably about the same number of people that voted.
Probably.
Yep.
Probably the only ones that cared, right?
Right.
All right. Well, let's wrap up this show, Chuck, and deliver today's odd news.
Yes, Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You look mighty
On KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, right, we love our odd news. We always kick it off with a true statement and then follow it up with a bad joke. It's the news attack, and here comes Chuck.
So Kamala Harris just called Donald Trump to congratulate him. You know, though, he loves social media. He probably would have been fine with just a tweet.
I'm surprised he took it.
Right?
All right. Well, it's an opportunity to gloat. So, all right. Study found that if a person drinks too much, exercise can help protect the brain from damage caused by the booze. You can always tell when the guy on the stationary bike at your fitness club has had too much to drink. He's the only one using turn signals.
Looking behind him. Yeah. This next one here, a white supremacist tried to bomb a Tennessee power station with a drone. Dude, how are you going to sew together your new white hood if you don't have power?
Wow.
Wow. What kind of power would that be, Scott?
Uh-huh. Huh? What?
I'm going to go there. Wow.
Research shows that to learn fast, we need to succeed 85% of the time and fail the other 15%. Huh? That's great if you're a field goal kicker in the NFL, but scary if you're part of the bomb-making team.
Right?
Succeed 85%, fail the other 15. Got it.
All right, gentlemen. There's 10 of us in this room. Statistically, 1.5 of you aren't going to make it out of this room. that one half, I hope you'll be okay. All right, so Sesame Street turning 55 years old. Wow. It does seem odd to see all the Muppets now from our childhood wearing Dockers. Mowing the lawn with long socks and shorts.
Yeah. Their 1000th episode, they're doing a special episode where the other Muppets hold an intervention to get Grover to take his blood pressure. Need to be on those meds, Grover. Come on.
It's time for a Big Bird's replacement hip. Yep. Go ahead, take the next one.
All right. According to a study, if you have an extraordinary experience, you'll be disappointed when you try to tell other people about it because they won't be interested, but would rather discuss some mundane experience that they've all had, which explains why students will sit in the back of the class and text each other about what happened at lunch while some old boring guest lecturer is putting the class to sleep with a story about going to a space station or something.
I'd rather listen about the space station.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
All right, and our last one here. Scientists say that newborn babies cry in their native tongue, but the smells they make are of a universal language.
Oh, wow. Chuck, you hear that? Chuck Ritchie picking on babies for things they can't control.
Babies, you smell bad.
All right, so we've got some other things that might smell bad, wacky, but true. We don't add anything to these stories, but perhaps a clip from a TV show or a movie. And I think, Chuck, just you were last, so I'll kick it off. On a bus to China, 2 pickpockets were caught in the act by one of the passengers. Bus driver was alerted and immediately called police. As the bus driver pulled over and waited for police, the thieves attempted to escape. Passengers would have none of it, and they kept the pickpockets away from the door by pelting them with steamed buns and soy milk.
Wow.
How do you pelt someone with soy milk, and how did everybody happen to have a pocket of soy milk?
That to me seems less weird than having pockets full of steamed buns. and the steamed buns are the real tragedy here, because those are good, and you shouldn't waste them. Yeah. The soy milk.
Well,
get rid of that.
I keep my steamed buns in my back pocket.
Steam buns. Get your buns here. Steam buns. Find us steam buns. Come on then, get your steam buns here. Oh my God. Huh? My steam buns. Oh.
Don't want none unless you got buns, son.
Wait, forget what he said. We'll have plain buns. And some turnips.
Walking into the lion's den.
Oh, I got brass buns.
Ooh.
Brass buns. Now that's a weapon. Would you put those on a chain or something?
It was fun putting that one together.
I bet.
Yeah.
Back off. I've got brass buns.
That's right.
Yep. So the next one here, during a recent incident at the Sri Banke Bihari Temple in Virindi, many crickets. Vrindavan, India. Devotees were captured on video lining up to drink what they believed to be holy water from an elephant sculpture, only to discover it was just condensation from the temple's air conditioning unit. Yum.
It's not a sin, though. It's okay.
Yum.
What's that? Holy water? You keep it away. I told Reagan that was holy water. I sprinkled it on her and she reacted very violently. It's tap water.
Holy hole in a donut! What happened?
It's the power. Holy water.
And who taught you to be playing patty fingers in the holy water?
Oh, my goodness. Get your fingers out of the water.
Keep your fingers out of the water.
All
right.
Schneider Electric, a French multinational energy company, is investigating a ransomware attack after a group called Hellcat claimed to have stolen over 40 gigabytes of data. 40 gigabytes of data? That's not very much. The attackers claim to have compromised critical data, including projects and over 400,000 rows of user data. The group says it will delete the data if the company that pays the ransom, but unlike most ransomware attacks, the group that hacks Schneider Electric doesn't want money. It claims, get this, it wants baguettes, $125,000 in baguettes.
They want bread?
Oh, you want your baguette?
We want the little French. You know, the little French sticks of bread.
You want to hurry this up, Clark? I'm freezing my baguettes off.
Marie! The baguettes! Hurry up!
Yesterday we went over some interesting, what do you call them, vending machines. And there was one that I'm really jealous of. It was in France, obviously, where you push the button and it would bake you fresh baguettes.
Wow!
For like $2, you get a fresh baked baguette right from the machine. They come in there half baked and then they finish baking before they get spit out of the machine.
Wow! I want one of those machines in my house.
I know, right?
All right, you. I'm gonna. So you don't get confused, Chuck. You skipped a story, so I'm gonna back up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, that's all right. You skipped a very important one.
I did.
Woman in South Carolina had a. Not only that, you went twice.
Oh, did I? Whoops. See?
South Carolina woman had a big surprise when she discovered a large ball python behind her toilet. Oh, I thought it was in the toilet. Whoops.
Oh.
Huh. Now my sound effects probably won't make sense. It was early Thursday morning. After a moment of shock and a call to the police, deputies arrived at her apartment to deal with the unexpected guest. Richland County Sheriff's Department shared on social media they successfully captured the non-venomous python and have relocated it to its new forever home, which is not near a toilet.
Curse you, tiny toilet!
Why is he playing dead?
He's gonna get flushed down the toilet. He's gonna get out of here.
You bob for apples in the toilet, and you like it.
What? What is it, woman? What?
You should see a doctor, a good doctor.
I have. I've been leaving the toilet seats up. Yeah.
You should see a doctor.
You know those irrational fears from childhood that are just dumb and never go away?
Snake in a toilet?
Snake in a toilet's one. Yeah. Especially living here, we'll never get a snake in our toilet. But the threat is, I always look. I always check to make sure.
Never say never.
Right? I shouldn't say that. Now now I've jinxed myself. I'm going to get a snake in my toilet.
Definitely going to get a snake in the house.
Or somebody listening on air is going to ensure that there's a snake in the toilet.
Yes.
But I check first.
Take us to Spain.
Okay. All right, since I went twice, go ahead and go twice, Scott.
No, take us to Spain.
Okay. In Spain, a robber entered a pharmacy just before closing. The pharmacist told him he wasn't going to get anything. So the robber looked completely dumbfounded, repeated the demand while pointing a gun. The pharmacist pushed it away, said no. The frustrated crook walked over to the other pharmacist who also told him to go away. Then, unsure of what to do, the crook stood in an aisle looking at the pharmacist who paid him little attention before he finally just gave up and walked out.
Wow. Now, somebody's got a gun.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say it was a fake gun, and they're pointing at you, and you just ignore them?
Nah, go away.
I mean, you'd have to have a pretty strong feeling that that person isn't going to shoot you.
Right? That's crazy.
Wow. That is.
When I was in high school, I worked in a convenience store, and we actually did get robbed once when I was working in there, and I was working with this older Native Alaskan woman. She took no guff from anybody. She was very no nonsense. She didn't. She was really sweet, but you couldn't mess with her. Someone came in with a knife and tried to rob the place, and she started yelling at that guy, gave him the riot act. you get this bleep out of our store, blah, I ain't giving you nothing. It's just, and he's like, sorry. And he turned around and walked out. He apologized to her. And she's like, that's
sorry
right,
for
you're
trying to
sorry.
rob you, Grandma.
I'll never forget her saying, that's right, you're sorry. Get out of my store.
Wow. Yeah. Quickie Mart, we stealing gas all the time. Quickie Mart's a big thing. The other checker runs out. I'm like 18 years old, right? Other checker runs out and uses her body to try and stop the guy stealing the gas. Almost gets hit. Comes in and starts yelling at me because I didn't come out to help her stop the car. And I looked at her. I said, "Yep, not for $3.35 an hour."
Nope. Take it.
All right. For the guy that couldn't rob him.
The strain was terrific. And impossible though it seemed, he got an idea.
Yep, I'll run. All right, let's see. Last story here. 11-year-old boy in China took his mother to court for breaking a promise to buy him a computer if he got at least 94% average in school, and he did. Kid came home with the 97% average. Mom told him she couldn't afford the computer. So now he is suing her for breaking her verbal agreement.
Wow.
Boy,
She probably wasn't expecting him to get good grades.
You like children? I do if they're properly cooked.
Yep. All right, that is our extremely odd news for a Thursday. Chuck, who is on the radio with you tomorrow as we go into the weekend?
Tomorrow it's going to be myself and Paula Randall and Craig McQueen are going to be on the morning show with us. Tonight, you can stay tuned right here. We have Out of the Woods, Acoustic goodness gracious, Acoustic Cafe. And what's the other one, Scott? I don't have it up in front of me. I can't remember.
I don't do the programming for like 2 years now.
I do this every week, Scott, and my bookmark is gone. It's missing.
Somebody's messing with your pewter.
Oh, it's just gone. What is happening? Well, we've got some great programming tonight.
It's Kelton a Twist, isn't it?
Kelton a Twist. Thank you. That's one I was forgetting.
There you go. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we have Out of the Woods, Acoustic Cafe, and Kelton a Twist. So,
and if you ever had your Kelton a Twist, it's not an easy thing.
Right.
Right. All right, there you go. Have a great day. Now, I'm out on vacation next week. Chuck, will we have a show on Tuesday? Are you going to put something together, or are you just going to run with music?
I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get someone. I'm going to try to get someone in here with me. It's kind of boring to do a show by myself, but.
And then maybe you can guilt trip Alan into filling in for me on Thursday.
Oh, there you go. That'd be nice. That's what I was thinking about doing.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Whatever you do, keep your dial right here on 102.7 FM and keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to Mama.
Well, hurry this up, Clark. I'm freezing my baguettes off.
Marie! The baguettes! Hurry up!
Now I just want a baguette. Get over. 2 days in a row talking about it. Give me the baguettes. What'd you call me?
Cook it down! Now!
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.